So there's been more changes to my favourite place. Well, one of my favourite places, as in, it's a delve. Now, there's been lots of people that were really angry where Bran was really OP and people managed to get the question mark kill. But now there's two things I want to talk about, because firstly, if you didn't see the video that I put out yesterday or day before, a couple of days ago, I was talking about it being a really, really efficient way to be able to fill out all of your delve slots without ever actually going in and doing a bountiful delve or a tier 8 delve. Well, now that's got even easier and even quicker, because just the question mark difficulty of Zekvir, or should I say Kekvir? No? Well, it's actually now, I would say, super approachable for pretty much any class and spec. Of course, you still have to do the mechanics, and it's a bit of a dance, and if you want to see how to do the mechanics and me actually talk through them, then feel free to check the video out from a couple of days ago, because towards the end of the video, I break all of that down. But I did say the most difficult part of the entire thing was being able to kill the webs in time. Well, that's actually one of the changes. So I will break all of these down, but the first change that you really need to know about is the fact that the web terror's hatch time has been increased. So it was 15 seconds, it's now 20 seconds. Now that extra 5 seconds really does make a big difference, because they've got just under 3.5 mil HP on the question mark difficulty. So it works out roughly you need to be putting out about 180k single target to get them down before they hatch. Now there's been some changes to when they hatch as well. Obviously you never actually want them to hatch, but if they do, the Web Terror's Web Blast cast time has been increased. So now you can get an interrupt off a little bit easier on it, but honestly, trying to interrupt that and interrupt the boss, you just never want to see the web hatchlings at all. And the other change around the webs is they spawn randomly in the room now. Now, I thought this was actually going to be a bit of a pain, but it makes life so much easier with a little bit of RNG. Because I've had it where the web spawns literally in the middle of the room, and I don't even focus on it. On the question mark difficulty, I can literally park the boss next to the web and just cleave it down. I'm not saying everyone's going to be able to do that. You may need to hard switch still, but at least you're pulling the boss over to it. You're going to be cleaving onto the boss. So either way, you're getting out a little bit more damage. But with the health that they've got and the fact that you get 20 seconds, it's really, really comfortable now. Now, one of the big things is Zekvir's health and damage. Now, it's been reduced for both difficulties. So on the question mark difficulty at the moment, which is the one that you're just going to farm over and over again to fill your delve slots out, because honestly, you'll do each run in about 2.5 minutes. Even after the change, it's not really sped it up that much. I think I managed to shave about 15 seconds off of my fastest kill pre-nerf. I don't want to say pre-nerf, but pre-fixes. But the damage he's doing is actually noticeably different, except for when I was doing the question mark difficulty afterwards, I still ran into times where I was getting one shot. You know, if I weren't quite on 100% health, say 75, 80%, then my health was low enough to still be able to just get slapped by the boss. But I tell you what, it is a hell of a lot easier on the question mark difficulty now. So if you felt like you were banging your head against a wall before, honestly, you'll probably be able to scrape by. I killed it tonight on my monk, and that was with Bran being a healer. And once you get used to the dance, because it is just a dance, once you get used to interrupting, moving through the two conals, killing the webs, saving cooldowns for the webs still, because on question mark difficulty, it is actually still really tight. But you'll be surprised if you had him on the ropes before but couldn't quite finish him off. I think now after these changes, you should go back and you'll probably be able to get the mount, or the skin for the mount. But it looks absolutely amazing, to be fair. It's probably my go-to mount now. The other few changes that have happened is the horrendous roar, which is the AoE fear, is now a 2.5 second cast time for both difficulties. It was 2.4 seconds and then 2.25 for the question mark difficulty, which again, very, very noticeable. And the spittle and regenerating carapace, which is his heal, which you'll only see on the harder difficulty anyway. The recast times now change while solo to better match each specialization's interrupt cooldowns. I think as a monk where all I'm interrupting is the heal anyway, I never try to interrupt the spittle. It's not really an issue because, as I say, I just use improved roll or tiger's lust to get rid of the dart anyway, so it don't really matter to me. But I'm sure for other classes where they're relying on maybe a longer cooldown interrupt, this probably will be noticeable for you. And then the last thing was they fixed an issue where web terrors would not despawn when the encounter ended. Never had this issue before, and I mean, I've been in there tons. Like, I've spent too much time in there. But overall, after these hot fixes, if you haven't seen these and you didn't realise that there have been some tweaks and changes to him, I would definitely recommend getting yourself in and probably securing yourself a kill, possibly on the question mark difficulty, but at the very least getting down on the question mark difficulty. Once you've nailed it all, do it like 8 times a week, and it literally takes a couple of minutes each run. You don't really need to worry about doing your bountiful delves. I keep calling them bountiful when I'm only talking about tier 8. But you won't need to worry about doing your tier 8 delves really every week, because that is quite time consuming. Easier to kill him on the question mark difficulty 8 times, bosh, your vault's done for the week. I don't mind posting just a standalone question mark kill video after these changes if you want to see it. Let me know in the comments if you do want to see it, and I'll post it at some point tomorrow, and there'll be no commentary. I'll just put some music on it, and if you want to watch it, you can watch it. But it's not really the sort of videos I normally do, so you will have to all let me know in the comments if you want to see that kill, because otherwise I'll just assume you don't care. But if you enjoyed the video, as always, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.